Alright, welcome to another episode of Mulling in His Own Stupidity with me. This week I've been mulling over the importance of jokes. Jokes have the power to make people feel good, lighten the mood, release tension, keep a conversation flowing. A decent joke at the right moment could change your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But not everyone feels the same way. The past few years, jokes have come under attack. Making a joke today can be risky business. You can lose your job, your livelihood, be publicly shamed and forced to apologize. And all this could be for a joke you made in a different decade. So, how do we get here? And more importantly, is it right that we take jokes so seriously? In this short video, I will lay out my case in defense of jokes, examining why people take offense and discussing why I think jokes are so important, not just on a personal level, but on a societal one as well. And away we go. When you make a joke, there needs to be a subject. More often than not, the subject of a joke is going to be a person or a particular group of people. Also, usually when you make a joke, people laugh. So if I make a joke about teachers, for example, teachers will be the subject of the joke, and if people do laugh, then it's fair to assume that they are laughing at teachers. If you're a teacher, you might get offended. You might think, I spent all day taking shit from kids, and now I come here and this guy's giving me shit. Maybe it'd be okay if he was a teacher, but he's not. He's only a TA. Now, this scenario is unlikely because teachers are generally quite good at having a laugh at themselves, but let's assume for a moment that it does happen. What's really going on here? We spend our lives taking things quite seriously. Maybe you want to get a new job, so you go out, put yourself in a nice shiny pair of shoes and a sexy new suit. You stand up straight, put up your tie nice and tight, flatten your hair down. Because if you want to be taken seriously, you need to take yourself seriously. And generally this isn't a bad thing. Sometimes we need to be serious, but other times we need to let go. We need to turn all this on its head and be silly. Adults, like children, need some playtime. And comedy, making jokes, is about doing just that. It's about looking at society, at people, and going, look at these things we do and how we do them. Aren't they funny when you look at them like this? Everyone can have a good laugh, relax, realize we're all taking part in this strange, dreamlike pantomime, remember not to take it so seriously all of the time, and then get back to work. But when people quickly take offense and refuse to be the butt of the joke, they are denying themselves the opportunity of that release. And what they're essentially saying is, no, not I. I am above jokes. I will not have you making a mockery out of me. But what makes you so special? Making jokes about each other and being able to laugh at ourselves is what unites us. We're all equal in the sense that we can all be the butt of the joke. Now, at this point, I can hear people furiously typing away at their keyboards. But what if jokes are made about one group of people over and over? Or perhaps worse, what if jokes are made about vulnerable people, so-called punching down? I've got a few things to say about all this. While it may not be right to use humour and jokes to persistently belittle one group, it certainly will mean that that particular group will develop a very thick skin and a sense of humour to boot. I think Chris Rock said it best when he spoke about people who got bullied in school and how they often end up being quite successful and doing something great with their life. It turns out being the butt of the joke can be quite a good motivator. Does that make it right? Not necessarily. I would argue that it's not making jokes per se. Is bad. It's the way the jokes are being used. If they're being used to bully a particular group or individual, then that's not the right use of humour. That is the misuse of jokes. A joke is a tool, like a hammer or a knife. It can smash your pretensions and slice through your ego and defences. But it needs to be used correctly. When people say only a member of that group can make jokes about other members of that particular group, I think they've got it all wrong. It should be only the ones who can make decent jokes about that group or any group should be able to make jokes. And if we live in a society where the best people at something will be given the most opportunity, then it's going to be the best people at writing jokes who are the ones making them. The problem I have with the no punching down rule is that it assumes the teller of the joke is above the subject. Sorry, too close. Not only is it presumptuous, self-righteous, and extremely patronising, it's just plain wrong. I'm sure it comes from a good place, the idea that maybe we don't want to make jokes about people who are worse off than ourselves or from marginalized groups. But if you think about it, what you're essentially saying is, I can't make jokes about them because they're below me and it might hurt their feelings. What I'm saying is, we should be able to make jokes about anyone, and anyone should be able to make jokes about us. How could I be punching down if we're equals? You could make a joke about me, we could laugh, I could make a joke about you, we could be friends. There's no distance. We're all connected. Things go seriously wrong in a society when people get othered. Othering is a process of setting one group aside from the rest, dehumanizing them, making it so that it's okay to treat them differently because they're not us. Making jokes about people isn't a form of othering. If anything, it's the opposite. Part of being a member of a group, a society, of humanity is that people will make fun of you. And if you can't laugh at yourself, your failings, your inadequacies, your problems, no matter how big, then how are you ever going to feel okay about them? Laughter is a sign that things are okay. It's a release of tension and stress. You're inhaling that air into your lungs and then letting go, if only for a moment, all that you've been carrying around with you. Laughter is important. Jokes are important. Humor is important. But most important of all is being able to not take yourself so damn seriously all of the time. I've been Dave Mullen, mulling in his own stupidity. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, clicking like, or leaving me a comment with your thoughts on this week's mullings. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.